Brooklyn Independent Television.
From humble beginnings with their first production of Hasty Heart to today's critically acclaimed Take Me Out, the Heights Players have been wowing audiences with quality productions for 54 years and counting.
My name is Ed Healy. I'm president of the Heights Players at the present time. I was like 23 years old when I first walked in the door, and I've been here for a while. A friend of mine was directing down here, and he invited me to come down and audition for the show. So I came down and was cast in a children's theater production of Pinocchio. I played Augustus Crabcat.
Our first season was 56-57. We opened in February of 1957 at the Unitarian Church. In 58, we went to the Bassett. And in May of 62, we moved into this building.
We started at the Unitarian Church when they did shows at the Hotel Bassett, which was on Ontague Street. And then we got this theater, we got this place about, I guess, 46 years ago, 47 years ago. And we've been here ever since. It was a basement. We started out as a basement. They built it up and put the seats in. We started out with the seats from the old Ebbets Field. Built it and put it together.
My name is Bernie Bozio, and I'm one of the directors down here at Brooklyn Heights. I'm also a member. I've been a member for a number of years, but this is the second season that I've been one of the directors. My show this season is The Trip to Bountiful by Horton Foote. Most people would be familiar with him because he wrote the screenplay to Kill a Mockingbird. He's an American playwright, just died fairly recently. To my knowledge, it's the first time that Trip to Bountiful has been done in the area. So I'm kind of excited about it.
I had been looking for a theater project to do, and I was searching online and I came across the Heights Players. They have such a great reputation, and when I saw A Trip to Bountiful, I thought, there's a part in that for me, and it worked out really well.
I've been with the Heights Players since the inception for 54 seasons. I was involved with the Hasty Heart as house manager, which I have done ever since for 54 years.
I have been working with them here now for about 4 years as an actor. It's my first time as stage manager. I have two roles tonight. I am acting as stage manager, and I'm also acting as the sheriff of Bountiful, Texas.
The Heights Players has sort of a stable of directors that what they'll do is they'll ask each director to submit a list of shows that they're interested in. Very frequently they will pick a show from that list, but often there are people on the board that will suggest a show for a particular director. In this particular case, Trip to Bountiful wasn't my idea. I believe Tom Tyler, who's on the board of directors, is a fan of it and suggested I take a look at it. And then once I started reading it, the more I got into it, the more I really was impressed by the work itself. And it's a very tender and ultimately an uplifting story.
Let's just start that from the beginning. All right, so Steve, Marilyn, get online again.
We have a subscription audience who comes to most of our shows, and then we have transients who come. And it's very interesting. Each audience is unique in itself. I mean, you never know what kind of an audience you're going to get when you have a show down here. I mean, for comedies even especially, whether they're going to laugh or not is always questionable. But for this one, they're going to laugh. I can guarantee that. It's a very funny show. It's the New York debut of it, so it should be interesting.
I am acting now and then. I made my debut in May 1957, playing Francis Nurse in The Crucible. When I was 31 years old, I was lucky again to do the role when Ed Healy did it because I was of an age. I was 80 for the correct age.
They're a loving group of people, and they're very professional, even though this is a community theater. Very professional standards, very high quality productions, and fun, a lot of fun.
Being a director, there's a unique challenge because, all right, you have to have an idea, a very, very strong idea of what it is. You have to have a picture in your mind, and you have to be able to communicate that to people. As a director, the experience of just like sitting back there and watching that is really fulfilling and heartwarming to me. And then, you know, there's also performing. I'm looking forward to performing again after this particular production is over. You know, it's a similar kind of thing. It's being challenged, you know, working closely with the director who ideally will bring stuff out of you that you didn't know you had to give, and just that feeling of artistic satisfaction of having created something that's wonderful and that people enjoyed seeing.
Brooklyn Independent Television on the BCAT TV network.